phase in the operation. It's amazing. So I wanted to, I read from this book, the Yamas and Niyamas, and these are the principles on which yoga is founded, the Yamas and Niyamas. They're from the ancient sutras. I mean, it's hundreds of years old, but it's been brought together by this woman, Deborah Adel, in this book, which is a real gift. And there are 4 yamas and 4 niyamas. And I don't know, the distinction between a yama and a niyama, one is action and the other is I'm not really sure I know exactly the difference. But I've spent a lot of time talking about ahimsa, which is the first one, which is nonviolence. And it's really everything else is built on that. Sort of one builds on the other as you go through these principles. The second one is ASTEYA, Estia, and it's non-stealing. So, and it's so interesting because we, obviously we shouldn't steal, right? I mean, it's not rocket science, but what is meant by this non-stealing is so interesting because it's really also about us stealing from ourselves. That's interesting. This guideline asks us to view everything in our possession as something precious that is on loan to us. So that's just one statement. Another is a concept of be a forklift, where you're always lifting people up. So we're not stealing from ourselves and we're not stealing from others. But here's a paragraph that for me brings it together. And it's something that we do all the time. We compare ourselves to other people. We're always saying, oh, I remember, as a young mother, looking at other young mothers and saying, oh, maybe I should be doing that. Or I'm comparing their mothering to my mothering and finding myself insufficient. I did that a lot. When we compare ourselves to others, we either find ourselves lacking. Hi, Susan. We either find ourselves lacking, which makes us feel somehow cheated, or we find ourselves superior, which leaves us feeling somewhat arrogant. Our attention on others from a place of discontent within ourselves can lead us to live vicariously through others, or to try to control, manipulate, or manage them in order to boost our own sagging ego. We find ourselves trying to trump or one up their stories and successes and experiences by coming up from behind them with our own more fabulous tale. It's an attempt to make ourselves feel better about ourselves. And I just think that's in this principle of non-stealing. So you're not stealing from yourself by trying to, make yourself superior, and you're not trying to steal from others by this comparison that we do all the time. We do it all the time. It is human nature, but it's also good to be aware of it and try to catch yourself and to say, I don't need to compare myself to anybody. I am what I am, and to just accept that. And that is such a yogic principle, that you come to your mat, you come to your chair, it's a new day. It doesn't matter what you did last time. Don't anticipate what you're going to do in the future, but you're in the moment, you're there, it's good. And I love that. I love that about yoga, and I love that about the practice. So here we are on this bright winter's day. I got my dog in the room with me. She's on the bed. She's looking at me. She's saying, oh boy, what is she going to do? So let's just start with our hands on our knees, and our ankles are right below our knees. We've got an alignment in our legs. Our toes are pointed straight ahead at 12 o'clock. Our big toe is at 12 o'clock. We have a long spine, and draw your shoulders up to your ears and then sink them down your back. So our shoulders are dropped. So much of our day, we're kind of hunching our shoulders up. Drop your shoulders. Maybe even bring your shoulder blades a little bit together on your back. Take the crown of your head, and I'm going to sit back a little bit further. Take the crown of your head and draw it up to the ceiling. So this is in a seated position, true north alignment. And our chin is coming back. So we've got this kind of straight, aligned body. And notice if you've got a curve to your spine, maybe a gentle curve, but basically we're sitting up very tall, and our sits bones are right on the chair. And we're going to breathe in and out. You can close your eyes or keep them open, it doesn't matter. But if they're open, have a gentle gaze at something that's not moving. And we're going to just breathe in and out, maybe with a count of 4 or 5. Sip in a little bit more at the top, hold it, and then breathe out. Same number of counts, 4 or 5. I'll count 4, but maybe you're going to do 5. Push it out at the bottom. Notice what happens with your diaphragm. Hold it for a moment, and then we're going to breathe in again. So this is square or circular breath, and it just brings our mind to this comfortable seat and our intention of breath. So let's start. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sip in a little more. Hold. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Push it out. Ha. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sip in a little bit. Hold. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Push out. Hold. Now breathe in normally, and let me just introduce a mindfulness and a notice of what's going on in your diaphragm. So are you breathing through your chest, or are you breathing through your belly? So try on this next round to fill up your whole torso, using your belly to breathe in and up into your chest. Hold, sip in, breathe out, and then really pushing out with your belly. So bring that awareness to the breath. Okay, breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sip in. Hold. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sip. Hold. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Push out. Hold. And breathe normally. So if we think about our breath, one yoga teacher kind of almost said, when we breathe in, her vision was we were kind of plunging down. We were plunging down with our, and then filling up. I kind of almost see it opposite. I kind of see as we're filling up from the bottom, up into our chest, and then out, and plunging it out. So whatever that visualization is, when we start to do Ujjayi breath, we're actually breathing in through our nose, and we're constricting our, our bandha at our throat to make that sound of the ocean. And by using breath through the nose, so we're breathing in and out through the nose and using that constricted bandha at the throat, we're giving a noise to our breath. And we use this in yoga to kind of remind us of how we're breathing. We can hear the breath. We're sharing it. If you're in a room with a bunch of people doing yoga, you're sharing that breath. And it's a way of kind of almost building community, but it's also a way of bringing us awareness of, is our breath even? Are we ragged? Do we need to maybe open our mouths and do some ha's to recapture breath? So let's practice a few rounds of breath using that bandha, constricting our throat, using breathing in and out through our nose, conscious of what our diaphragm is doing and the breath coming in and then swirling out. So let's use all those visualizations. So sit up tall, and I'll count again using Ujjayi breathing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sip, hold, breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Push, ha, hold, breathe in using Ujjayi. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sip in, hold, and out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ha, hold, and resume your normal breath. Good job. Ujjayi breathing is one of those tools that we use in yoga, in addition to drishti, as we're doing our taking shapes and moving our body and stretching our body and building strength. So yoga is a real combination of that strength and ease. So let's bring our hands to heart, close our eyes, breathe in and out. On our next inhale and exhale, we'll make a sound of one Om to start practice. Breathe in. Blink open your eyes, raise your arms up and look up at your fingers. Bring your hands down and touch the floor. Come up halfway, straighten your back. We're going to start by opening our shoulders. Roll your shoulders around. Maybe I'm doing clockwise and I'm just really exaggerating those rounding movements, coming up to my ears and going down my back. Now do the opposite direction. Really exaggerate that movement. Maybe your shoulders are creaking a little bit. That's okay. Now, bring your left ear to your left shoulder, keeping your shoulder dropped. Don't bring your shoulder up to meet your ear. Take your ear to your shoulder. Bring it up to center. Take your right ear to your right shoulder. This side, I can feel a stiffness. Come up to center. Again, left ear, left shoulder. Come up to center. Right ear, right shoulder. Now bring your chin to your chest and look up to the ceiling, tipping your head back. Bring your chin to your chest. Inhale, look up at the ceiling. One more time with a straight back, chin to chest. Look up at the ceiling. Now we're going to do a full rotation with our head. So we're going to go chin to chest, left ear, left shoulder, back to chin up, right ear, right shoulder, down to your chest. Inhale as you start to round and go back, slowly, really mindful. Exhale as you come around. Ujjayi breathing. Inhale, come back, come around, come down. Now reverse, go in the opposite direction. This is so good for our necks. Our necks do a lot of work. They're holding this big head of ours up all day long. And one more time around, mindful of inhaling when you come back and exhale as you come around. Good, 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 good. Stick your right arm up in the air, stretch it right up, spark up your fingers, look up at your fingers. Now tip over, hinging at your waist, and bring that left ear to your left shoulder, trying to keep everything pretty much in line, only tipping over as much as you can, keep integrity. So you're not like flopping over, but you're really just feeling that side body stretch. Bring your arm back up and look up at it. And now bring that right hand down to your right knee. Bring your left hand up to the ceiling. Your arm is stretching up. And then hinge over just at your waist, drawing that right ear over to your right shoulder. This is a big side body stretch. Spark your finger back up, look up, and bring it down now. And rest it on your left knee. Let's do the same thing again on your right side. Right arm up, stretch up, feel it, and hinge over at your waist, keeping your sit bones right on your seat, breathing and coming back up. Exhale, bring your hand to knee. And again, your left arm up and hinge over, breathing, hinging, and bring it back up. Look up, bring both of your arms up, look up, come forward halfway, and then go down. Touch the floor with your fingertips. Perhaps you're on your fingertips. Good. Bring your left hand between your feet. So you're on cupcake hands, and then bring your right arm up overhead, keeping your sit bones both really right on the chair, reaching up, maybe looking up, and then switch arms. So you're coming down with cupcake arms between your knees and lift your left arm up. Look up at that left arm, breathing. And bring your left arm down, cupcake between your toes. And again, with your right arm up, look up. If that's uncomfortable, cactus your arm, bend at the elbow, if that's more comfortable, and switch. With an exhale and inhale, lift your left arm up. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Good. Come back up to a comfortable seated position. Get back into, look at your alignment. See that your ankles are right under your knees, your toes straight ahead at 12 o'clock. You're sitting up tall, your sit bones are both comfortable on your chair, your shoulders are down your back, your chin is back, you're sitting up tall. We're going to do some rounds of cat and cow. So with cat, you're hunching your back and you're popping out your booty. No, you're drawing your booty back and you're really arching your shoulders forward, chin on chest, and then cow, you're popping your belly out, you're looking up, you're drawing your shoulders down your back. Exhale, cat, round forward. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. So really swivel your hips. This is a hip awakening. So really we want to wake our hips up as we go through this on breath. Inhale to cow. Exhale, cat. Rolling your shoulders forward. Inhale, cow, look up. Exhale, cat, roll forward. Good. Come back to your comfortable seated position. Let's do a little bit more back bending. Come forward so that your sit bones are right at the edge of your chair. Place your hands behind you. I've got a chair that I can actually put the soles of my hands on the chair, and I'm drawing my shoulders down my back. Can you get in that position? Now, really look up, and now come back to a comfortable seat. This is not like, it is a back bend. Look up, come forward. One more time, look up and come forward, and then return to your comfortable seat. Maybe slide your butt back so that you're in that comfortable seated position. So we've woken up our shoulders. We've given our neck some stretch. We've given our hips some swivel, right? Let's see, what else do we have to wake up? Our hands. Oh, our hands. So my daughter does a practice with me on Saturday morning, and she said, Mom, do you do this because to prevent arthritis in your fingers? And I said to her, yes, immediately. And then I thought about it. It was like, well, no, that's not really right. This exercise that we do when we flex our fingers, I don't think it prevents arthritis. I think it builds some strength in your fingers. I don't think that we do a lot, or maybe you do hand work, so you're using your fingers a lot. And I remember my grandmothers did a ton of hand work, and they both had arthritis in their hands. So I don't know that this prevents arthritis, but I think it builds strength in your hands. And we ask a lot of our hands. So put your hands out front like you're stopping someone, and we're going to open and close our fingers 30 times as quickly as you can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Good. I don't know about you, but I can start feeling that in my muscles there, coming up there. So now put your hands on your knees. Now put your hands so that your fingers are facing. And stretching out your wrists a little bit. Now can you get it so that your fingers are kind of facing your hips, so your fingers are facing your body. And maybe your hands on your knees with your heels of your hands facing one another. Now bring your hands back up. We're going to do like a claw. We're just going to do the top knuckles, okay? We'll do this 30 times. 1. Try to build some resistance too. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Good job. Yep. And sort of swirl, kind of do a little bit of release. And maybe bring your arms together and then flex out. Good. Let's do a shoulder stretch. So kind of bring your shoulder, holding onto it, drawing it to the one side, keeping very straight in your chair. You're not flumping over. Good. Now bring your bring your ankle onto your knee. I've got my right ankle on my left knee. Press away with your hands on that knee. Try to push that knee away. That's a little bit of a hip opener. Now we're going to wake up our ankles. So I want you to roll your ankle, really like accentuate it, like a big roll. Try to flex your toes. If you're barefoot, see if you can flex your toes and really open your toes wide. Now roll your ankle the other way. My ankle's clicking. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's giving it a little click. It says, you should do this more often. Good. Okay, so let's switch. I'm going to put my left ankle on my right knee. I'm going to put my hands on that left knee and I'm going to push it away. I can feel this in my hip. I don't know if you can. And that sort of gentle hip opener. This is something you can do, anytime you're sitting in a chair. If you're feeling a little stiff in your hips, our hips get so stiff because from sitting, it's crazy, but they get very stiff. Okay, now let's roll that ankle. So you're rolling the ankle in one direction and then the other, just rolling it out. Good. Good job. Bring your feet back down to the floor. Again, in that true, what we call true north position. Let's get a little more warmed up. We're going to do our seated sun salutation in this beautiful, well, it's getting a little cloudy here in Philadelphia, but it's still a beautiful day. So I want you to bring your hands to prayer. Bring your hands up above, look up, spark your fingers up, dive down, hands on floor. If you can get your hands flat, go for it. Come up, chest forward, like this is like an upward facing dog. Now bring your hands out in front of you, really spark them in, and now you're really drawing your hands towards the wall in front of you. Come down, come up to mountain pose, bring your hands to heart, lower back down to the floor, hands to mountain, and hands to heart. That was one sequence. We're going to do that again a few times. Mountain pose, hands up, spark up, look up, dive down to the floor, come up, hands on knees, come forward. I forgot this one, come back. So this is cactus arms. So now you're really drawing your shoulders together, dive back down, come up to mountain, rise up, look up, hands to heart, dive down, hands to the mat. Come up using your abdominals to mountain and hands to heart. So when I say using your abdominals, we really want to use our muscles. We don't want to just use our kind of motion to get going in these salutations. So when we go from diving down to coming up, I want you to think about sending your belly button to your spine. So really, it's a drawing in We have a bazillion muscles going on there. And the deepest muscles are the ones we want to activate. So, and it's, or this other motion, which is that feeling that you get when you're zipping up your jeans. And it's not a pair of jeans that are too tight, so you're not sucking your belly in. It's just that gentle tuck. And I want you to think about that when we're going from down here to coming up, right? Where you really tuck your abdominals. Okay, so let's do another few rounds thinking about that. Hands to heart, look up, mountain pose, spark up, dive down, hands to mat, come up, tucking halfway, come forward with our hands stretched out, come back to cactus arms. So our shoulders are drawn down our back. Dive down. Here we go. Come up, abdominals, look up, hands to heart, dive down. Mountain pose, tuck, hands to heart. Did that make sense? Let's do it. Let's do it again. Now, this is the part of the practice where we're trying to build some heat. So let's do it. We'll do it with a little faster. We'll go through a couple times a little bit faster. Hands at heart, mountain pose, dive down. Halfway, come forward. Cactus arms, dive down. Mountain pose. Hands to heart, dive down. Mountain pose, tuck abdominals, hands to heart. And again, mountain pose, dive down. Hands on knees, come forward, cactus your arms, dive down. Come up to mountain, breathe in, tuck your tummy, hands to heart, dive down, exhale. Breathe in, mountain, tuck, hands to heart. And one more time, hands at heart, breathe in, mountain, dive down, exhale. Come up halfway on an inhale, come forward, exhale. Inhale, cactus your arms. Exhale, dive down. Inhale, mountain, look up. Hands to heart, exhale. Breathe in. Exhale, dive down. Come up, inhale. Mountain, exhale, hands to heart. Good job. Maybe you feel a little bit warm. Let's do a little bit standing. So let's practice some balance. Excuse me, Candy. Can I stand there? She says, I don't know. Can you? So I'm going to get my chair so I can hold on to the back. And I want you to just start with the most basic balance. So hold on to the chair. I'll back up a little bit. Hold on to the chair as you need. Do you want to go out, girl? Hold on. Do you want to go out? Lift your left leg up off of the floor. Now, try to do this without the chair. Try to bring your hand away and back as you need, right? Good. Lower down. Now, with your hand on the chair or not, bring that knee to hip height. I'm holding that knee with my left hand, left knee raised, and I'm going to draw it open. If you can do it without balancing on the chair, good. If you need the chair, fine. Or if you need the chair sometimes, good. If you fall out, just come back into it. Now, these little motions, bend your knee, your standing knee a little bit, and now straighten it. See that little bit of movement? Bring it down, come down to the floor. I'm so interested in these little motions. It really gets us into the muscle. So rarely in yoga do you want to have your legs locked, your knees locked. You want to bring, kind of bounce into this. So when you bounce, when you bring some, what we sometimes call it bringing water to your joint, which I don't know if that really makes sense, but you can feel your muscles more active. When you lock your joint, you're just using you're using your bones more to hold tight. We want to use our muscles more. So be aware of, even when you're standing, walking around your house, be aware. I so often say to myself, unlock your legs, Sarah, unlock your legs, because you're locking your legs. Bring some, get into the muscle. So let's try that again. You can have your hand on your chair, bring your leg up to knee height, bring your left knee up to knee height. You can hold that knee with your left hand and open it. Now, your toes can be flexed or just relax your toes. See if you can draw your hand away. And maybe you can bring your right arm out to the right, and maybe you have to come back to the chair. That's fine. Just practice this and bring some water to that standing leg. Good, 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 good. Let's practice it on the other side. I'm going to shift my chair around, or you can just walk around your chair, whatever works. This is a little chair. Actually, I borrowed it from Gilda's Club. So now let's bring you're on your left foot, your toes pointed at 12 o'clock. Bring your right knee up to hip height. I'm holding my right knee with my right hand, and I'm going to open it to the right. I'm going to see if I can lift my arm up off the chair and maybe draw that left arm out to the left. Unlock your left knee. Hold it here, breathing in and out. And come back down. Good job. Good job. Now let's practice a little bit of eagle. So an eagle, we're doing binds. So a bind is when you're wrapping, an appendage around another appendage, or sometimes there's binds where you're wrapping your arms around when you're in a twist. So for eagle, your hand is on the chair. You're going to wrap your right leg around your left. Maybe it stays here. Maybe your toes of your right foot are right along the outside of your left shin. Or maybe you can actually wrap those toes around your left shin, whichever, that's fine. Holding on. And now, like we're going into chair, like you're going to go seated into a chair, you're sinking into this a little bit and come back up and put your foot back down. Now, in a full eagle, it's a double bind. You're wrapping your right arm underneath your left and your right leg over your left, okay? So it's a double bind and balance. If you want to try that, go for it. But maybe just do the leg bind. And whatever leg position, it can be like this or it can be around, and you're sinking. So it's a big thigh stretch, and come back up. I'm going to do this on the other side now. So let's flip it around. Now I'm going to wrap my left leg around my right, And like this is harder for me to get my toes around. It's so interesting. One side of your body is not like the other. And I feel this profoundly in my left hip. Like, whoo, that's a lot. So I'm going to unwrap that toe. That was a bit much. And I'm going to try to now wrap my left arm under my right. And that's a full eagle, double bind. If it's not there for you, just hold on and just sink into this and feel that. You can, it's a profound stretch. Good, 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 good. Excellent. Let's stretch out our calves a little bit. So I'm going to do it. Let's see. No, I think I'll keep my chair like this. I'm going to hold on to my chair. I'm going to have my feet are hip width distance. So my hips are on top of my knees and my knees are on top of my ankles. My toes are pointed at 12 o'clock. And this alignment becomes so easy because if we're wonky, we can throw ourselves out. So we're straight ahead. Our hips are pointing straight ahead. Our shoulders are pointed straight ahead. My hands are on the chair. And I'm going to bring my left foot forward and I'm going to bring my right foot back. And I'm going to try to lower. I'm going to bend this left foot, or left leg. I'm going to try to get my right heel on the floor. So you're going to play with this and see where it is that gives you that calf stretch. And for everybody, it's going to be a little bit different. Just notice your alignment. You want your bent knee to be on top of your hip. And you just want to feel that sensation of a real calf stretch. And switch. So however you're going to do it, get your right foot ahead, bend your right knee, and extend your left leg back, and try to get your heel on the floor. You're not going to get there probably, but you're gonna try. Good. And breathe. In and out. In and out. Good. Come forward. Now, step your feet back so that we're going to actually make an L with our body. So I'm stretching my arms out. I'm getting my legs back. I'm getting some water in my knees so my knees are not locked out. And I'm stretching my arms. So this is a big stretch in our back. I feel it in my shoulders, and I also feel it in my hamstrings. And breathe. Another inhale. And exhale. And step forward. Now, switch your chair around or switch your body around so that you're facing the seat of your chair. And you're going to put your hands on the seat of your chair. Maybe they're flat on the chair, or maybe they're gripping the chair. And our feet are, again, underneath our ankles are underneath our knees, and our knees are underneath our hips. Straighten your back. And now extend your left foot behind you. So I brought it up. I'm trying to get it hip height, that left leg. It's straight behind me. I'm stamping the wall behind me with my foot. And now I'm going to draw that knee in and try to touch my nose with it. And I'm going to extend it back out on an inhale, and on an exhale, I'm going to try to touch my nose with my knee. And one more time, extend it out. Inhale and exhale. Touch your knee with your nose. Place that left foot down. Do the same thing with your right foot now. Extend it behind you. Try to get your leg hip height if you can. Give some bend to your standing leg, stamping that wall. So you're really active. Your right toes are flexed And now bring your right knee into your nose, your right nose. And extend it back out. Breathe in. Exhale, bring it to your nose, knee to nose. Inhale, extend out. And knee to nose. Good, good work. Now shift around, get your chair back into, and get yourself into a comfortable seated position. Good work. Now we're going to do a little bit of a little more chair work. So I want you to bring your knee up and bring your arms up overhead. Good. And now come down. Bring your left knee up. Try to bring it in and arms down. Now grasp your knee with your hands. I've got my right knee, and try to draw it into your chest. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, bring it down. Let's do that on the left knee. Bring your left knee into your chest, breathe in and out. In and out. Good job. Now swivel around and bring your right knee to the side of the chair and extend your left leg out behind you. Your pelvic floor is right on your chair. And bring your hands to prayer. And breathe in and out. In and out. Maybe bring your arms behind you, interlacing your fingers, and draw your hands down your back. Breathing in and out. In and out. Now shimmy around, and let's do the same thing on the other side. So my right leg is behind me. I'm on my toes, and I'm looking at myself. I'm trying to get my knee right over my ankle. My pelvic floor is right, or my pelvis is right on the seat of my chair. Bring your hands to heart. Breathe in and out. In, look up. And now bring your arms behind you, interlace your fingers, and draw your shoulders down your back. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Good. Come around and face the front. Good job. Let's end practice with a brief body scan. So come to a comfortable seated position and close your eyes. If that's comfortable, or if that's uncomfortable for you, just find a soft gaze. Place your drishti on something that isn't moving. And breathe in, sit up tall. Draw your shoulders down your back. Draw your chin in so that your spine is straight. And find comfort here. Starting with your toes, all 10 toes, bring them up, rise, bring them up off the floor, and set them down one at a time. Your big toe, your second toe if you can, your third and fourth, and finally your pinky. Feel the full weight of your foot, all four corners of your foot, your heel, your toe pads, your toes on the mat. Maybe think of 10 things that you're grateful for or that you love. Maybe they're people in your heart. Maybe there are things that you love. Maybe they're animals. Maybe they're places that you dream about going again. And find gratitude that we have those things in our life that bring us joy. Feel the arches of your feet. Maybe bring your arches up off the floor if they're flat. See how that engages the muscles in your shin. And coming up, feel your knees. Maybe your hands are on your knees. Or those knee joints, they do a lot for us. And we think about unlocking them and really letting our muscles do the work and giving those joints and those bones a break. And traveling up to our thighs, those are the biggest muscles in our bodies. We do a lot of work. And up into our pelvic area where there's so many muscles. Tuck your pelvic in, tuck those muscles, those deep pelvic muscles in by drawing your belly button up and back like you're zipping your favorite pants. Think about that engagement. That brings tremendous stability to your body. So when we're doing balance, it's that engagement, that core that really makes it possible for us to balance. Breathe in and out. In and out. And come up. Think about your fingers. Raise them all up off your knees. Stretch your fingers out. And now lower them down one at a time. Your thumb, your forefinger, your middle finger, your ring finger, your pinky finger. Maybe think of those 10 things again that you're grateful for, that bring you joy, that you love. Find gratitude that we have those things in our life. And come up through your arms, your forearms, your shoulders. We draw them around in circles. We send those shoulder blades down our back. And we come up to our neck, which we rolled out earlier. It felt so good. We can do that at any time to get the cricks out of our neck. And we come up to our mouth. So many good things. We talk, we taste, we kiss, all the things that we do with our mouth. We breathe through it, or maybe we breathe through our nose in an ujjayi breath, the back of our throat, that constriction. All the things that we smell. And our ears, all the things that we hear. Maybe we don't hear like we used to, but we still have hearing. We can still hear sounds. Listen for the furthest sound away right now. Listen to the closest sound. Maybe it's your own breath, your own Ujjayi breathing. And come up to your eye, your right eye, your left eye. Maybe we don't see as well as we once did, but thank God we live in a time where we can have corrective lenses. Maybe draw your sight to your third eye. That's between your eyebrows. And breathe in and out and move up to the crown of your head. Draw it up to the ceiling as we straighten our back and find that true north alignment. That strong, straight seat. Breathe in and out. Find an intention for your day. Maybe it's one of gratitude or non-stealing from yourself and from others. Try to notice when you are making those comparisons. And just draw your attention to it. No judgment, just your attention to it. How does it make you feel? And we'll end practice with the way that we began by bringing our hands into a prayer position. Breathe in and out. Once again, deeply in and a full exhale. Breathe in. We bring our thumb knuckles to our forehead and we look up. The light in me honors the light in you. We bow and say to each other, Namaste, Namaste.